Hello viewers, welcome to online math learning program. I am Ainul Haq and today I'll discuss the lesson named The Story of Geometric Shapes. In this lesson, there are two exercises and I will discuss the first exercise. It is related to areas of different objects like land, garden, etc. So let's start the first question. Uh, in first question or question number 1, we see there is a stem, and this is stem. The two students are there, one boy and one girl. The boy said there is a 1 meter width road across the middle of the garden. What is the perimeter of the garden? And the girl say, let us find the area of the two roads. So let us observe the garden of the stem. We see the length of the garden is 40 meter and the width is the garden is 30 meter. And on the middle of the garden there are two roads, both along the length and width of the garden. Along the length of the garden, one road's length is 40 meter and width is 1 meter. On the other hand, along the width of the garden, another road length is 30 meter and its width is 1 meter. And there is another important point. Both roads intersect each other. So at first, let us determine the perimeter of the garden. So we see in the picture, uh, the garden looks like a parallelogram. So in case of perimeter, to determine perimeter, a parallelogram has four sides. When we add the length of four sides, and then we will get the perimeter. So you can start like that. Here the length of the garden is 40 meter and the width is 30 meter. So the perimeter of the garden is 2 into length plus width unit. We know that in case of parallelogram, the opposite side of the parallelogram are same in length and both are parallel. So the distance of the both length are same and the distance of the both width are same. So we have two equal length and two equal width, and after adding the four sides we can get the perimeter. And because of this, the formula of determining perimeter is such type. So after calculating, we get the perimeter is 140 meter. Okay, the second question is determination the area of two roads. We see in the picture along the length of the garden, along the length of the garden, the length of the road is 40 meter and the width is 1 meter. It was included in the stem. The width is 1 meter. So the area of the one road is 40 into 1 equal 40 square meter. Here m square means square meter. So the area of one road which is along the length of the garden is 40 meter, 40 square meter. Next step is again along the width of the garden. Along the width of the garden, the length of the road is 30 meter. Along the width of the garden, the length of the road is 30 meter and the width is 1 meter. Uh, it was included that the both roads have the width of 1 meter. So the area of the road is 30 into 1 equal 30 square meter. So the road which was along the width of the garden, its area is 30 square meter. Now we will discuss the most important point of the question, and it is area of intersection. But the area of intersection or junction of two roads is 1 into 1 equal 1 square meter. In the middle point of the garden, two roads intersect each other and this intersecting area or junction area is 1 square meter because the length of the junction point is 1 meter and width of this junction point is 1 meter. So the area of the junction point or intersected point is 1 square meter. So when we add the area of two roads, the junction area will add for two times, and because of this we have to subtract the junction area for one time. So the area of two roads is 40 plus 30 minus 1, and this minus 1 is 1 square meter, which was the intersected or junction point of two roads. So when we determine the total area of two roads, and we have to subtract the area of intersection or junction of two roads from the adding below. So the area of the two roads will be 69 square meter. Okay, our next question number is 2. The stem says the area of a rectangular field is equal to the area of a square. The length of the rectangular field is 4 times the width. The cost of rope per meter is taka 7. The cost of the rope to make fence twice around the field is taka 5600. The first question A is what will be the perimeter of the rectangular field? And the second question B is if you saw a papaya plant in every 4 square meter area, how many papaya plants will be needed? In case of determining the perimeter of the rectangular field, we have to pay attention to the word twice. If the word twice was replaced by once, then what will happen? Actually, I want to say that if the sentence in the stem would be such like that, the cost to fence the cost to fence once around the field, then it will be the cost to fence the land equal perimeter. I repeat it, if the sentence in the stem would be such like that, the cost to fence once around the field, then it will be the cost to fence the land equal perimeter, because the perimeter is the total outer length of the field. So we can start like that. As the perimeter is the length to fence once around the land and the cost of the rope per meter is taka 7, the cost to fence twice around the field is taka 5600. So the cost to fence once around the field is 5600 by 2 equal taka 2800. And if we divide it, if we divide the value taka 2800 by 7, we will get the perimeter of the rectangular field. So the perimeter is 400 meter, and we can determine this value by a simple unitary method. So we can write it by that taka 7 is needed for 1 meter. So taka 1 is needed for 1 by 7 meter. And finally, taka 2800 is needed for 2800 by 7 equal 400 meter. It is such like that to whomever is convenient. So we can go to the question B. In according to the question B, as 4 square meter area is needed for 1 pepper plants, so if we divide the total area of the rectangular field by 4, then we will get the total number of papaya plants. So at first, we have to determine the total area of the rectangular field. So we can start like that. As the length of the rectangular field is 4 times the width, if width is A, then length will be 4A. From number A of 2, we know the perimeter of the rectangular field is 400 meter. So we can apply the formula of perimeter. We know the formula of the perimeter of a rectangular field is 2 into length plus width. So after calculating that, we can find out the value of A is 40. So the width of the rectangular field is 40 meter and the length is 4 into 40 equal 160 meter. As the length was 4 times of the width. Now we have found both the length and the width of the rectangular field. So if we multiply both the length and width, and we will find the area of the rectangular field, as the area of the rectangular field is equal length into width. After calculating it, we find that the area of the rectangular field is 6400 square meter. There is also information in the stem that The area of a square is equal the area of the rectangular field. So the value 6400 square meter is the area of a square. Now we can write as a papaya plant in every 4 square meter area. So total number of papaya plants will be needed 6400 divided by 4 equal 1600. So the total number of papaya plants is 1600.